Hello, and welcome back to the Cooper Villa podcast. I'm Scott Cooper, and we are back to talk about Aston Villa versus Tottenham. Only half the team with us today, but that's okay because Villa only turned up for half the game, so it makes perfect sense. And we will be talking about all of that, all the missed chances, and how we got destroyed in the second half after this. Okay, so we were back at Villa Park. Tottenham were the visitors. We were coming off 3 defeats in a row, and unfortunately, Tommy, it is 4-0 defeat. I mean, the scoreline doesn't really tell the whole story, but in the end, we were well and truly beaten, and it was really tough to watch. What were your thoughts? I mean, your man Sansom back out of the team. Ings and Dougie back to a sort of pretty familiar team, and we were behind again after 3 minutes.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's probably got just a holistic analysis, but I think we look good in patches. The scoreline definitely doesn't dictate. I think the performance by Villa, but it's about converting, it's about taking chances, it's about scoring, and it's about being switched on from the get-go. And I think we've had some defensive woes all season, and it seems to have continued through. Everyone can take some positives, but 4-0 still pretty embarrassing. The hat trick, give the game ball to Son, absolutely tore us a new one. Seen Dougie getting a lot of hate, so that's on Gerrard really if you wanted to drop Sanson for him. But yeah, like I said, performance overall. Digne, potential season-ending injury according to what I've been seeing on Twitter.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. His arm's in a sling. So he just can't catch a break, and neither can Villa really as a team. I mean, it seems like everything's going against us. Going ahead, first shot of the game. Ever since Emi Martinez spoke about that in his interview that we spoke about a few weeks ago, every first shot of the game has gone in. So it's been really rough. Douglas Luiz is coming in for a lot of sort of criticism. I think mostly for that first goal, the Son volley in off the post, because the first shot was Harry Kane and he sort of left in, like, the header by Konsa was poor, but Douglas Luiz didn't really get into that sort of area where you'd expect the defensive midfielder to be, and to put a bit of pressure on Kane there. And you give Spurs 2 bites of the cherry, like we gave Wolves 3 or 4 bites of the cherry last week. And they're going to put it in the net.
That's right. We could talk about good patches, etc., but we were chasing the game from the opening minutes, and that's the sad part. I don't think we know what it's like to be ahead after the last few weeks. So, it's a bit worrying. I totally agree with your comments that you've been making. I think give the kids a run. There's nothing to really fight for or prove this season. It's the only way to just kind of prepare for next season.
That's it. I mean, we did respond from that first goal a bit, like you said, and the first half overall at halftime, I was thinking, we're doing well here, but the confidence is obviously drained from the players.
Yeah, man. Even Coutinho, he looks lackluster. He looks anonymous at times. We're talking. He's obviously a confidence player. And we've been trash, and I said, I think I don't want to jinx it, but I said I think we're going to struggle to keep him. If we continue like this.
Yeah, I'm thinking we're going to struggle to keep guys like Emi. He can. His body language.
Any team. Name a better keeper.
Exactly. So. I could, it's dangerous territory we're getting in. This run has to stop pretty quick, and I'm thinking against Leicester in a couple of weeks. I think it's probably a good thing we've got a couple of weeks off. We don't have a game next weekend, so
the international breaks have never served us any favors anyway. So it's not like we're going into them with confidence.
Yeah, and we don't look like we're actually doing anything at training because we keep making the same mistakes. again,
That's what I'm thinking. Jared's got this, team around him. Shouldn't you be just honing in on certain things? Like, gee, if you're a DM, defend. If you're a centre back, defend. Clear it.
yeah.
Now, Contra and Mings are these big units. How the freaking thing? Just clear it. I don't care if it's like stake 5. Just run the thing. Send it to the halfway, line.
That's it.
Unreal.
Or at least, or head it to the side. I mean, Conce's header was just.
I don't even know, Scott. Like Chambers got dropped. Like again, why's Chambers got to be the well, I don't know. I feel like Conce is always the beneficiary when we're shit. It's like, mix it up now. Chambers, Conce is shit. Chambers him. Mings will always stay.
Yeah, well, he has been. Yeah, definitely the last few weeks. I mean,
it hasn't been the same Conce that we know.
No, and we all said last week that Chambers, we all thought would come back in because of Conce's performance against Wolves, but he stuck with him, and it didn't prove to be the right decision, I think, and I can't see any way that he starts against Leicester. I think that would just be, a real head shaker, and I also think guys like McGinn and Ramsey are in the similar boat, maybe not quite the same, but they've had like chances.
McGinn's a star for Scotland, and he just doesn't. I mean, look, he's played out of position at Villa, and I give that's everyone's fault. He's not. He doesn't belong in that position. He's got to be further up. Playing further up, you can't play Coutinho. Coutinho's better than McGinn. Stiff shit. That's what we have to go with. So
well, he actually played him further back this week. He played more in that.
Agreed. I just don't understand. He's just got this big engine, and I feel like we need that in the offensive third. Imagine if we've got his work rate in the front third. Ings isn't super fast. Ollie works his ass off, but if you've got someone else kind of helping him out there, I think it'll do the world of difference. But again, that's something Gerrard needs to figure out. I think we're really missing a hard man CDM. I know we kept, where's Nakamba? Wasn't he playing with the kids?
Well, yeah, he played 60 minutes for the under-23s.
So maybe we could see him back after the international break, but I think we're missing it. We're lacking a hard man. I see that we're heavily linked with Phillips for some, but again, we keep losing. He's going to be like, well, it's a like-for-like switch. It's not really worth it, given he's a Leeds fan.
Basuma has come up again this week. There was a.
But again, it's not like we're challenging for much. I know we're building something, but is it gonna come to fruition? Well, no one knows.
Nobody knows.
I don't know.
It's tough to bridge that gap. I mean, think of the teams around us and the likes of. The Crystal Palaces, the Wolves, these sort of teams, even Everton, right? They have a good year or two, and then it's very hard to really push on, similar to sort of Leicester and maybe West Ham to a lesser degree have a little bit.
No, I'd say Leicester, I reckon they've kind of dropped off, to be honest. Like, they're not as dangerous. Again, I think they're battered with injuries or hounded with injuries, but West Ham, different story. You look at they're linked with those two Shakhtar guys. They're just linked with class all around.
But if Rice goes and Souček maybe like that, there could be a drop off.
I think they'll keep Souček. Why? If Rice leaves, they'll go into Phillips. You don't have to be a genius to put 2 and 2 together. They could go for Phillips or Basuma, and they'd still have like 100 mil spare.
Yep, quite possible. Yep.
One thing I would say about Grealish though is that it's opened the floodgates now for price tags on homegrown players.
Definitely, but it's good for us because it means that we can spend 400 million. I read this week before we get any issues with financial fair play because he was a academy product.
Homegrown.
And we sold him for 100 mil. It basically means he went for 100 mil over 4 years. Right, that was his contract. So we can spend 400 mil over 4 years, or that's what I read. I don't know if that's 100% true.
That's still pretty good, though. Yeah, even if you're right. Like you could say, well, just from the Grealish sale, a subject to Sawiris and Eden's pumping money in like that, but they could say 100 mil minimum every season plus whatever you sell, you get to sell. You get to do in addition to the 100. And again, with 100 mil, let's be honest, I don't know if we've actually spent it that well now. Looking at it. Wendy is on the bench. Bailey's on the bench. Ings is on the bench.
Well, he was back in after having his kid, and he showed that he missed last week. His two chances in the first half. I think a Danny Ings that has played 10 games in a row and has a couple of goals under his belt. He puts at least one of them in, probably both of them, and especially the second one. He like completely miskicked it, and it just shows that we're not, nobody has
It
confidence.
sums us up. It's not
Yeah.
exactly. I mean, if you got your prolific forward, I wouldn't say prolific, but good scoring forwards like Ings, missing sitters like that just goes to speak volumes about what's happening at the club. Is there something going on behind closed doors? Well, we don't know that.
Well, I mean,
is Gerrard maybe pushing him too hard? We don't know that. Is it maybe is it a lag effect? Maybe Smith wasn't pushing him hard enough, and now they're struggling.
Yeah, that could quite be true. Like,
it sounds
there
like
could be a
Smith
few
was
that
more
want
that-
out, that don't want to do the hard yards.
I think Conce is one of them, 100%. All he does is bitch and moan. I'm like, mate, if everyone just does their job, we'll be fine. And I'm like, Cash, Emmy, and Coutinho, I think they're three that we should be worrying about right now. Cash is always linked with Atletico. Why would you not want to go to a team that's possibly going to win La Liga every year and contend, top 4, top 8 of the Champions League?
Well,
what are we selling him? A potential top 6 dream to compete in Europa League, where he could potentially win the Champions League.
And it's all potential at the moment. I mean, it could be another,
it's all
13th, 14th, 15th place finish.
So
Newcastle are 2 points behind us, Tommy.
That's pretty sad, considering how far we were ahead of them at one point.
And they were.
I saw that we're linked with St. Maximin. I think that'd be a good buy. We need X factor. We need some who can we get the ball to? Coutinho does that, but I'm not gonna lie, I feel like he drifts in and out of games sometimes. Big clubs are not done. They're just gonna shut him down. I think
there's other areas we gotta address before we get a centre back. We
need a world class centre back. We need a centre back that people, like a Van Dijk-esque. We need someone like shit. Like
Joe Gomez has been linked again this week. So.
Yeah, he's a Liverpool reject. We don't want any more of that. I think we need. I saw Tarkowski on a free would be a good shout. That's a really good shout.
Well, if they went down, I'd take Tarkowski. I watched him against Norwich, and he looked pretty good.
He's solid as a rock, mate. He's built like a unit. Like I said, a centre back hasn't got a hard job. I don't care if he doesn't go on Maradona runs, mate. Just clear the ball, and we need a big unit. Mings is good, doesn't jump high enough. Conce is weak as piss lately. I remember we jinxed him. We brought up some stat like 5 weeks ago. Been getting dribbled around like water.
I know. It's unbelievable, the drop off. But
so
go back into that first half. We had a few chances. Jacob Ramsey had a nice run and a nice shot.
Yeah, I saw that.
Lloris made an unbelievable save.
I think he kept them in it. That was probably the difference.
He did. He had. I don't really rate him that highly, to be honest, compared to sort of the other goalkeepers. I know he's won the World Cup with France. I know but he's not. But compared to sort of some of the other goalkeepers in the top clubs that play Champions League football.
Yeah, but who are you? But again, you're saying he's won the World Cup. He's won basically everything. He's stayed with a pretty shit Tottenham team.
He's won nothing with Tottenham.
Yeah, but again, he's been loyal to him. That's his problem.
He has.
He's like Lyon. He didn't win I don't know if he won League One, but he was just so loyal to his club. And I think also because he's very wimpy. He feels a bit more of a sizable guy. People would say, he's a commanding presence, but no, he's a jet, Scott. I'll take it. I'll put him in the top 3 in the Prem.
Really? Okay. Well,
especially in form right now. You look at Conte, only
he played really well on the weekend against us, and
he's been doing that week in, week out.
That just says
we don't see that as Villa fans. If we're Tottenham fans, we'd be like, Hugo's been, a star for us. We don't pay much attention to him, but I thought he was the difference in the first half, and there was some pretty good shots by Villa too. These weren't fluky saves; they were world class.
There was a Coutinho free kick he kept out. That was very good.
I know. If that went in, mate, I would have been buzzing.
The whip on that ball was crazy from the side on angle. The dip and the bend, and it was a good effort. But like you said, he had some good moments. The cross to Ollie Watkins for the header that I think is a better chance than it looks like on the replay. I think Watkins, he's there. It's a good cross. He can attack it, but he could have jumped a little early, and he doesn't really meet it like he should. That's just another sort of argument for all the people that says he's not a natural finisher. I can't really think of a header that he scored. Thinking back, like not many.
There was one I remember. It was I think it was the Liverpool game. Trezeguet's ball in or something.
Yes,
on the left.
Yes, that was. Yeah,
that was probably the last one I remember. I don't remember many others. Yeah, like you said, you look at Benzema. The guy's old. Did you see that the angle on his headers against Chelsea? That's just someone.
That's just a pure finisher.
That's a pure poacher.
Yeah.
And he's been doing this for like 15 years, man. He started Lyon, I think it was like 16.
Yeah, he's playing some remarkable football at the moment. But we're not going to get a Benzema. So
I could have got a Suarez though on a free. That would have been. I'd be all for it now. All of a sudden.
Yeah, but I think we need to build something. I think we need to focus on the youth. I think guys like Cameron Archer.
Yeah, I was about to say, like,
why not? Why not give him a chance next season?
Chucky as well. Like, this guy's saying, like, I don't know, like, what his personal motive is, but surely if we start him and play him enough games, you'll be like, I'm happy here. Like, I might not get this. You're not going to get that at Man City or any other Big Four club.
Yeah, these games don't really matter anymore.
No, that's what I mean. So I said, give the kids a run. Philogene Badace, like, he's been doing well at Stoke from what I'm seeing. Archer, Badace, Chucky. Keenan can stay. I mean, let's be honest, he never really cuts the mustard.
Look, I reckon we could get 10 mil for him, or something, and it would help. Why not?
Hey, mate, absolutely. Why not? We'll clear out some deadwood. I think El Ghazi, I think Birdie will go. I think Traore will probably get rid of.
Yeah.
Because then Bailey's kind of stepped in now. Gerard sees a lot of Bailey. Trez, yeah. So it's sad. Look, I think we'll probably get like, I don't know, maybe like 40, 50 mil for all of them, or 4 or 5 of them.
Possibly.
Trez,
depends on their contracts.
Roma offered like 17 mil for El Ghazi. I was like, take it. What are you doing?
I know. Well, he ended up on loan to Everton, and he doesn't play at all. So that was a bit of a strange one. That was
a nothing switch. Yeah.
Yeah, there was. But yeah, there's definitely. I mean, rumors in the week on Twitter were saying 8 players. Gerard wants to get rid of. I think most of us can pretty much figure out who they are. Well, I would say.
Ashley
okay,
Young.
I would say Ashley Young, Target, probably Sanson, probably.
You reckon Sanson?
Well, I mean, he gave him 1 game and he's back out. Like, Bailey, perhaps.
I think Bailey will go. Yeah, I think if we get 20 mil for him, we're just gonna have to wipe that one off.
And then there's guys like Wesley and these guys still hanging around.
Also, if we sell Ashley Young, who the fuck is going to start at left back?
Well.
Digne's touch and go. Do we keep Freddie?
We've still got Target.
Do we keep Freddie?
Well, yeah, he's another one. Yeah,
he's been killing it. Like I still come back. I feel sorry for Fred. Give him a run at left back.
I know, but I guess with Cash and Kessler, coming through as well.
Yeah, but play one of them left back. You can't play right foot or left back. At least there's a band-aid solution while Digne recovers. Or he'll clearly, by the looks of it, I'm not jinxing touch wood, but I don't think we're going to get full seasons out of him.
No, it's starting to look that way, isn't it? Bailey as well has got injury issues.
That almost ruins our chances of selling Target now. We thought, 15, 20 mil, bite their hand off, and he's buzzing at Newcastle. I'm pretty sure I saw him take free kicks.
Yeah, he's done really well there, and I'm kind of thinking that we should have kept him. But again, we're in this position now where we can't really learn too much about the team. And the guys that we don't know a lot about, the Chukwuemakers, the Timmy, whatever his last name is, the young guys.
Timmy. Oh, yeah, whatever his name is.
In Bromwingham or, yeah. Get these guys on the pitch at least for half an hour.
Is he going to do that, though? Like, that's the problem. Like, how come everyone with, half an eye can see it, but not him?
I don't know. It's bad. That second half performance, they threw the tools in. Kane was smart. Kane just kept drifting out, and then Song just went straight through the middle. Worked like he dissected us like butter. Yeah, especially on that third goal of Spurs when
we were paying too much attention to Kane,
and he flicked it on to Son, and we just got cut.
Yeah.
Kind of, it was terrible defending. It's the kind of defending you'd expect from us 2 or 3 years ago when, when we're in the championship. It's not looking good right now. And the guys that were so solid and gave us such a solid base last season, Emmy, Matty Cash, Mings, Konsa, Target, it's looking a lot different to that team that, we're pretty solid. And, like you said, there's a lot of questions that Gerard's got to figure out in the summer. Hopefully, he gets a lot of money thrown at him and he can take his pick. But there's a lot of work to do, and Leicester aren't going to be easy at all. in a couple of weeks, and that one is an away game as well. So we don't have a very good record there. I think we've thrown some games away. We lost 4-0. Maybe the game before COVID hit as well.
I
It
don't
looked
know,
like
mate.
we were
Like,
going to
it's
go
just
down. So
our predictions are going to start becoming losses soon on this. The way we're going.
well, I mean,
You're
I don't
giving me
know what
some-
else to predict.
What are our optimistic predictions?
My
Just to be clear?
optimistic prediction
not
is
realistic.
a 1-1,
No,
and Buendia scores. I don't know. I
oh
don't.
God, yeah, I don't even know who's a goal just anywhere. 1-1, yeah.
Yeah, that's about it. That's all we
So now
got.
wins have turned into draws. It's just sad. We're on like a 3 or 4 game winning streak, and then it's just all gone backwards since then. And you just think, how, why, what's been the catalyst for this?
Well, that's happened a few times this season. We've gone on.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like we'll win 3, then we'll lose 3.
Yeah.
It's not even consistent. At least win 1, lose 1, give us hope every second week.
And we've lost 4 in a row. We're going to Leicester, and Smith got sacked after 5 losses in a row. I'm not saying that Gerrard's going to get sacked, but he's got to get a win and just change the momentum somewhere. So hopefully,
that's what we said. Should we have gone in for someone world class? There's a lot out there, and Villa's a big club. At the time, we were still looking half decent. We weren't in relegation or anything, but yeah.
Look, I trust Gerrard. I think he'll get it right, but Perslow was a big fan of Gerrard.
I think we said they were conspiring it for quite some time, not behind Smith's back, but I think they always had a contingency plan in place.
They knew each other from Liverpool, and
you're right.
Yeah.
Look, I think he'll do well, but I don't know. Like, it's not as if this is his first coaching gig. He came from Rangers. They had a pretty good run, pretty good record as well, both Europa and in the SPL. But I don't know. Like I said, maybe it's just going to take some time for him to implement his vision.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. And we'll sort of wrap it up there, I guess. There isn't really much nice to say about the game. It was an awful game. First half was good, showed a bit of spirit, but the confidence is lacking. We can't hit a barn door in terms of the finishing. The mistakes are still there, and they're just creeping in more and more every week. And like the Wolves game, once they scored that second goal in the second half, Tottenham, after we'd had that great period, we dropped our heads, and the mistakes just kept coming. Looking forward to maybe getting something from Leicester, but I'm not confident at all. I think a draw would be a good result right now. So I hope, thanks for all watching. We got a lot of views on the last video, a lot of comments. Thanks for all that. Thanks for the Wolves fan that told us that that Tommy was delusional because he said we should be winning those games. Maybe you're right, maybe you're wrong, but I'm pretty sure we did correct ourselves and say that look, that's where we are right now. We can't beat teams that are above us. We just can't. So let's hope that changes against Leicester, because I'm pretty sure they are ahead of us now. And it's going to be a week off. We might do something with the podcast. We'll see if Noah, his availability.
If he finishes his assignment.
If he finishes his assignment, we'll get.
Come on, Noah, pull your finger out.
Yeah, so we will see when we see you. Thanks for liking and subscribing, and up the Villa, and we will talk to you after Leicester. Thanks. See you guys. Catch up.